Hello, social media friends. It is Jeremy Rowland, and it is June the 15th, 2026. And it is time for Driveway with Jeremy, where I sit in my $25 dollar store chair in the driveway of my home, and I talk to you about sports and what it teaches us about life. A little late to the party today. I mean, it is 5:31 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the great state of Arkansas. Crazy busy day with work and stuff. Just now getting around this, late to the party. But I think the one thing that we have to talk about is the UFC event last night at the White House. Now, there were some people who were upset that it was at the White House. I can see both sides of the line. It's the people's house. It shouldn't be used for sporting events because I believe that politics should never intermix with sports, and professional athletes should never interject their personal beliefs into politics, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it is what it is. It happened last night, and what a hell of an event it was. I watched every second of it. I was lucky that my phone wasn't blowing up and I didn't have to go anywhere, and I was literally able to just settle in and watch it. And some of the fights, it was just great. I thought that the graphics and the music were a plus. The negatives were, to me, were the walkouts. I thought were a little long. It took a little bit too long to get there. I wasn't never expecting a massive crowd noise because I think they only had like 300 or 400 people down there by the octagon, and then they had a ton more outside the gates. But it was I personally liked it. I don't think it's ever going to happen again, nor should it ever happen again. They should never have another event like that at the White House. It's a one and done. I think Dana White said that, and some other things that I've seen today, because, I'm constantly getting messages about sports and stuff through different social media platforms. I like to keep up with things. But, man, just some of those fights were awesome. And the Lopez fight, I thought, it was a good start. He should have won that. Bo Nickel was pulling for him big time. The Chandler fight, Chandler had no business in there with that guy called Ruffy. I've got a list here of the names. Chandler, dude, it's time for you to hang it up, brother. You've done a great job. Enjoy the money if you still got some. Enjoy your family and time, but it's time to hang it up. But on the sidestep, you had no business in there with that guy. That guy was way too much bigger than you, and he was just zoned in from the get-go. You done the best that you could do. I think the biggest loser of the night was Derek Lewis. Man, that guy was gassed from the get-go. He didn't have anything. He didn't want to be there. I mean, there was something wrong with Derek last night, and it might be time for him to hang it up too. But the guy that he fought, that Josh Hoyk, dude, you're a loser. You can probably come to Arkansas and stomp my face in. I don't really care, but when you're being competitive there at the White House, and you use expletive language and you use the middle finger, and then you say some derogatory things about the wife of a former president, that's just wrong. Read the room, dude. That's just wrong. I thought that was a bad thing. Sean O'Malley, massive dude. Left knockout, salute to the troops. The biggest surprise that I had all night was Alex Pereira, him losing to Kane. I thought that was a great fight, but let's just get down. We're 3 minutes and 50 seconds into this. Let's get down to Justin Gaethje for a second, okay? You want to talk about a dude who just went into that ring and was just ready to bang. That guy went in there. That was the fight of the century. I mean, that fight right there was the greatest fight that I've ever watched in my life. And I'm being honest with you too, I actually said a small prayer for his opponent, because that dude was busted up. He's gonna turn 7 different shades of color before that guy heals up again. And he might even be scared. He ain't scared to get back in the ring, but man, he was just beat up. And Justin Gaethje didn't even have a scratch on his face. Now, what does that teach us about life? I'm going to sum it up real quick for you. Just like that guy, his name was Tupura, however you pronounce his name. You know who I'm talking about if you watched it. Listen, what it taught us about in life is that you can get in the ring of life and you can get your ass kicked. You can get whooped, unrecognizable sometimes. Like Justin Gaethje, okay? He did the whooping last night, but he's been whooped in the past. He's been knocked out cold. It's all about how you bounce back up off of the mat. I am a living testament to that. My family's living testament to that. I know many of friends and family who are testaments of that as well. You're going to get whooped out here sometimes. The world's going to whoop you. Life's going to whoop you. Something's going to whoop you and give you a black eye or a runny nose, a fat lip, whatever. But if you're willing to walk back into that ring of life and keep swinging, ain't nobody going to beat you. You're going to take your licks. You're going to take some whoopings. But you're going to win in the end as long as you never give up. That is Driveway with Jeremy today on this. I ain't got no sun now. I waited till late in the day, but it's still out a little bit. But I want y'all to have a wonderful rest of your Monday, a great week ahead. And this is Driveway with Jeremy. I'll see you tomorrow for another Driveway with Jeremy.